Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Here we are, opening weekend of the latest MCU movie, The Marvels, a film that I was both excited and terrified to go see because, right, so I try to stay away from as much buzz before because I wanted to go and make my own opinion. But the word I heard often was messy. And I was right to be a little scared going to this film. Now, as always, my goal here in these few moments you're going to spend with me is just give you some insight, a little bit more information so that you on your own can decide if you want to go spend your time and your money, and it's cold and flu season, so do you want to be in other people's germs to go see The Marvels? And here's the thing, I realized that if I had to tell you the premise of this film, I can't. What's this film about? Hey, Marvels, sounds interesting. Could be interesting. Tell me what's about. Well, it's these three women. They have powers that are tied to light, energy, science words. Every time they use them, they switch places because why? and then the universe, the galaxies, everything we know is in danger. Okay, maybe I could do it a smidge, but still, it doesn't sound very exciting, does it? For me, The Marvels is the difference between going on vacation and listening to somebody else's vacation stories. In the theater, I felt that the Marvels were telling me about the vacation that they went on. Oh, remember the time we went to the planet to visit our Skrull friends and death and destruction happened and we left chaos in our wake? Remember when we went to Aladan and we went to see our friends and then people died in death, destruction, and chaos was left in our wake? That's what The Marvels is. I don't know if you spent any time with like any novelist. Commercial fiction novelists at their jobs, most of them they will storyboard their stories. Television shows storyboard their stories. Movies usually storyboard their stories. I was getting a storyboard where I was seeing the little card placement on the wall of what the scene was supposed to be, but they forgot that you have to link all the scenes together. That linking is just as important as the scene itself because that linking brings the logic to it. It makes the trail manageable. There's a lot of scenes that were happening where I think the intention was this was supposed to be an emotional payoff. Here's this scene with Carol and Monica reconciling. And so it's supposed to be a big moment and we were supposed to feel something for them, and I didn't feel it because I wasn't invested. I was given a little seasoning taste of what had happened, and then come them together, I wasn't involved. It was like, oh, that's nice. And then we were moving on to something else. Is this movie terrible? I guess it depends on who you ask. Are there some bright moments? Yes. The Khan family for me were the stars of the show. That's what I love the most. Every scene they were in, almost every scene they were in, had some humor, had some heart, had some dynamic. The way they were always supportive of their daughter at the same time, cautioning their daughter. Those were the joyful bits that I loved. Why they were in some of those scenes, I don't know. But I liked it when they came onto the screen. Once the three women kind of started to gel, I was enjoying their relationship and their camaraderie. It felt a little forced, how quickly they had to come together, because the story time wasn't allowing us the pleasure of it growing organically. They had to tell us, now they're friends. Okay, fine. And once they were friends, it was great. But again, it didn't feel earned. Durbin. I don't know if that's how you really say her name. That's what I'm going to call her, Durbin. Once we found out what her goal was and her motivation, completely made sense. Carol, trying to save their planet, destroyed the planet. Now she's got a beef against Carol. Makes sense. Her execution of how to save her planet, was it poor? Sure. But how they wrapped it up, I get the squinty face. I'm trying to decide if I drop you a spoiler now or later. Yeah, let's drop some spoilers now. I find that when I have trouble with a film, I have to explain why specifically I have trouble with a movie, not just like I didn't care for it. I gotta give you the specifics. So we're getting to the end. I can't remember what order things, atmospheres, timeline, space-time continuum, when holes were appearing in the sky and space. So Durbin Rip's trying to get the sun to her planet. Sure, okay. She's finally got the bangles. She does the bangles. Disintegrate. Kamala's plan is do the same thing, and she doesn't think she's gonna disintegrate. I missed something. The Flurgan infestation. Farm. Calving season. Whatever you want to call it. This was Fury's plan to get them off Saber. The Flurgans. Memory playing in the background. Hilarious. The little message on the speakers. Funny. If I were just to see that little scene on its own, I'd probably think it was quite comical. And it was, except in the context of everything else. Why? What should be a big clue about how much of a mess this film was were the trailers. I saw the first trailer, looked lighthearted, kind of fun, a little bit more of the Ms. Marvel series vibe to it. Second trailer was giving you a little bit more of what the story was and the plot. Sure. And then this last trailer that came out, I tried not to watch, but I did end up watching it, was so dark and end of the world, and this is the end of everything that we know. The vibes and the tones were so different. It was as if they were describing 3 different films. And that's what we got. We got a bunch of different movies in one spot. The Aladdin scenes. Why? And for half a second, they teased us with a Bollywood number that made sense if it was there. I wanted a full-all Bollywood routine in this film. It would have been perfection. And they started it, and they chickened out. The dress the prince conjures for Carol. I want that dress, please. I would like that dress now. Thank you. But it was lots of, okay, so that's how you have to approach this film. When you go see it, just get on the raft and just go around the lazy river. Get your favorite cocktail and enjoy the scenery as you walk by. Will it make sense? No, but that's okay. You were there to float, not to visualize. Should you see this film? If you're a Marvel MCU fan, yes, you're going to see it. You're going to want to see it. We'll get to it in a moment. We'll get to it in a moment. When I think is the best time to see this is if you're sick and you're staying home and you don't want to expend a lot of energy and you've seen everything and there's no new episodes of Great British Bake Off to watch. You put on the Marvels, put on your heating pad, roll up your blanket, and that's when you watch the Marvels. And I think you'll have a ripping good time. Do you go see the Marvels in the theater for the end credit scene? Sure. The most excitement of the whole theater was that moment. Notice who it was the second we saw a corner of the piece of his fur. But you shouldn't go see a whole film just to see that half second of whatever it is they're promising us. What are they promising us? I have a feeling that my review is about as clear and concise as the Marvel film. And if that's so, then I did my job. So was this helpful? Let me know. Did you go see it? Please let me know what you thought. I think there's going to be a lot of, I don't know how the comments will be, but I am fascinated to find out. So thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. I hope that it was helpful. And as always, please take care of yourselves. If you haven't already, go eat something. Try to touch your toes. Loosen up your limbs, because I bet you've been sitting somewhere all day. And then you're going to come back and see the next video in the queue. So thanks again, y'all. And until next time.